My dear friends, hello, that's me, Ksenia, your Russian language teacher. And today, I guess we have a very interesting video because, dear friends, we will discuss what from Soviet Union times we may see in the game Atomic Heart. Interesting, right? So, dear friends, for these cases, I am really not a gamer, so that's why I took the part of videos of the game from one YouTube channel, and it is from the Kuplinov channel. So dear friends, if you are interested in games and Russian language like together, you may check his videos as well. I will leave the link in the description box. But now, dear friends, let's start and let's discuss what exactly we may see from Soviet Union times in this popular game. Let's start.
Желаю из граненого стаканчика в такую жару-то, конечно, как взять? Как взять? С удовольствием и с удовольствием. С удовольствием.
So, dear friends, and first thing which I'd like to discuss is this word товарищ. We may hear that in this game everyone calls each other товарищ. So what this word is about? Dear friends, if you watched my previous video, you already know that we don't really have in modern culture such words to apply to someone which we're not familiar with. So we don't really have these words like Mr., Mrs., and so on. And why it's so? That's actually because of this word товарищ. So, how it happened? Before Soviet Union times, there were a Russian Empire. And there we had words like dama and господин to apply to someone who is in like VIP status. But when Soviet Union times comes, they bring us a new idea of equality. So now everyone is equal. And actually, the poorer you are, the better now you will live. So that's why, of course, we already couldn't use these words dama and господин to apply for VIP person because there were no more VIP person. And Soviet Union time wanted to, to cancel everything from Russian Empire. That's why there is a new word, товарищ, which actually means kind of like a friend, but not really close. So you see, now person to person is a friend. So yeah, and we use word товарищ. And dear friends, what's also interesting that we have only one word to apply to someone, no matter if it's lady or if it's gentleman, only one word, товарищ. That's actually also showed that not only people are equal, but also women and men are equal in this new government, in this new country, Soviet Union. And dear friends, that's actually kind of true that in Soviet Union time, women have a lot of rights. She could be a real part of society and she could get even high paid jobs. So look, for example, at this picture and you will see that the idea of equality was really in the air when it was Soviet Union times. Look at this. Dear friends, to show you that that's really true, that woman was a part of society already in 20th century, I want to show you this. So look please at this video.
Здравия желаю. Майор Нечаев по личному указанию товарища Сеченова.
Добрый день, товарищ майор! С праздником! С днем рождения коллектива!
So dear friends, it seems like what's here, right? Nothing shows us about this idea, but look at the name of this robot. The name is this robot named in honor to Valentina Tereshkova. And do you know who is Valentina Tereshkova? Dear friends, Valentina Tereshkova, can you just imagine? It was a first woman in the whole world who made a space travel. And she made the space travel after 2 years of Gagarin flight. Can you imagine? So dear friends, Valentina Tereshkova had her own mission, her solo mission of orbiting the Earth, and she spent in rocket for 70 hours. So yes, she was a hero. So dear friends, also in this game we may see a lot of monuments which were made in honor to science. Because, dear friends, science were really important in Soviet Union time.
43-й год. Создание предприятия 3826. Коллектив 1.0 в 46 году. В 51 году первый полет человека в космос, 12 апреля. Гагарин полетел, да.
Actually, if before, like, religion was a big part of people's life, now it changes to the science. And also, dear friends, that's why we may see such pale outfits of people around, because people should think not about themselves and about their personal life, but they should think about the society life and about the society problems. And you know, if you are too much into your own relationships, and if you want to be not only like worker, but also, for example, lover, dear friends, it's a big no-no for the Soviet Union times. You shouldn't be such a person. There is even such a phrase which became really popular. There was no sex in Soviet Union time, because like people had much more important things to think about, to do than sex. Who needs it? Dear friends, but I guess that one of the most interesting things that we may see in this game is actually architect, and we may see even different styles of the Soviet Union architect. And that's why I want to tell you what type of architect there were in Soviet Union time. So dear friends, the first style is constructivism, and this style comes already with Lenin times. And as Lenin tried to build new world, yes, and destroy everything that was before, constructivism tried the same. So new architects' ideas was to make buildings with new shapes, very geometrical, and those buildings should really look like a new world's buildings. What's more, they made it really huge to show that this new world is great, is brilliant. And dear friends, they tried to make also houses which would be very, impressive, but also tried still to make it comfortable, convenient for the people's life. But then, after Lenin, comes Stalin, and architect really changes, because actually Stalin kind of really changes the idea of Lenin. So now the idea of equality, yes, and Lenin wanted then this idea of equality would be not only like in Russia and other countries around Russia, but he wanted these ideas to be popular in the whole world, like then we will be equal in all the world. But Stalin comes already with another ideas. He wants that USSR would become an empire. And do you know what does empire need? Of course, it's need an emperor. And he would be happy to use his power to become this emperor. He wasn't shamed to use his power. And there was even a cult of Stalin in those days. Cities were made in his honor. There were buildings which built in his honor. So actually it was against this Russian Empire back. Dear friends, and buildings in Stalin times starting looking like castles. You know, they're not now only wide and huge, but they are also really tall and almost look like castle. Buildings now made from expensive materials. There is used columns and statues. And everything, you know, shows that something here is really, really royal. VIP status is back to town. So yeah, dear friends, Stalin wanted to show his power. So actually this style is even named in honor to Stalin, Stalin's empire. And actually empire means kind of royal style. So Stalin's royal style was popular in those days. Architects prefer to take some classical, statues, classical pictures, and then try to change it according to the Soviet aesthetic. But still, it looks really expensive and royal. So, dear friends, what will be further you even know? It's like Khrushchev time and those familiar Khrushchevki. So, dear friends, imagine from this we go to this. And why it's so? Because you understand that to build such type of buildings, you need a lot of money. And you can't build every building for everyone in the country like this. You need to find some cheaper option, right? And when Khrushchev comes, he says, oh, dear friends, that's not okay. We have a lot of poor people, a lot of homeless people, people who live in barracks, and we should do something with this. That's why he makes order that now there should be built cheap houses, but for everyone. And that's why Khrushchev's time comes. And after Stalin, there were already no more such expensive material used. Yes, after Khrushchev, there were some changes. There comes such a style as Soviet modern, and the idea of the style was just to make a little bit prettier those buildings which were made in Khrushchev times, to make it, a little bit more decorative, a little bit more pretty, at least something. So that's why architects just try to use decorative elements, to hide some ugliness of the Khrushchevka, and they do like this. So yeah, dear friends, and in the anatomic heart, we may see all those styles together. There are Khrushchevkas which are decorated, there are Stalin's buildings, there are Lenin's time buildings, so it's really interesting to see. So dear friends, that's actually it for this video. I should be honest that it was really interesting for me to check out this game, to see the Soviet Union reality, and in my point of view they show it pretty nicely. Today we spoke about main situation, main ideas, but I would say that I have much more to say about this game, about the reality of Soviet Union times. So if you are interested, maybe we may make a second part of this video. But dear friends, the question for the day is, can you say, is there some buildings from Soviet Union time in your country, and what is it? And if not, have you ever been to the countries where you've seen such an architect? Really interested to know, so please share. By the way, I love you very, very much. See you soon, so I could really Russian you, dear friends. Love you. Bye bye.